cream making time.
You guys never let me finish. Podcast.
That's what she said.
Ooh, Remy.
Remy.
Get out of the gutter.
I only heard the word podcast.
Yeah, whatevs.
You can suck it.
Remy, settle down.
Remy, why would you say that to me?
Seriously.
Crazy.
Jesus.
Remy, you got any Disney trips planned?
That's perfect.
I'm gonna kick your
What are we
Do
talking
you?
about?
Dude, I love Disney too. I don't know what the problem is.
You guys have kids.
I would go without him. I don't
Me
care.
too. I mean, my wife.
You.
I told you, every time my wife plans a Disney trip, she is excited like it's the very first time.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've been 25 times.
You have?
Yeah.
So my wife says to me, next time we're going to the Polynesian. That's where we're staying. I'm
That's
like,
baller.
That's expensive.
That's baller, dude.
You only because you get after hours because right? You get it's a premier resort.
My favorite hotel I've ever stayed at was the Contemporary, and we had a theme park view.
That's so awesome.
So great.
I don't think I've been to Disney World since the Bush administration.
The Bush.
Yeah. I think that might have been the last time. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to all my Disney fans out there.
Just
Well, whatever. Oh, look at Kyle Ricky says. Oh, even Keeter loves Disney. See, Sid.
Oh, Lord.
well,
Sid, you gotta get.
I like
There's
Disney.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
But you like Disney like you like NASCAR.
No, I like Disney a lot more than NASCAR. I just don't have to go there like once a month. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
It's not that cool.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't been. We stayed at a few of them, but I think I've probably been 10, maybe less than that. We go on these like 3-day trips, 4 days.
Yeah.
I know you go every year.
Yeah,
twice.
Well, once a year. When we were kids, we went a lot because they were building the casinos and stuff. So like, when my dad get laid off for a couple weeks, he'd be like, "Let's go."
1 minute.
Yeah, that's great. Too bad. Chef Mickey's. I went with Christina. How about that?
That's
She is a diehard.
dude. She's diehard. Yeah.
Yeah, we go. She sets up Mickey's breakfast or something, or Mickey's lunch, or had breakfast with Stitch at the Polynesian. JJ loves it. Even Emma gets when they come around. I can see Emma glows too, like a kid still. It's great.
My wife does. Yeah,
Yes,
she's like,
that's awesome.
I saw Alex Fern there last year.
Did
at
you?
Disney World, yeah.
Did you wreck her?
I tried to. I was wondering why she was in the standby line. You're a lawyer, all that spray foam money, you can't get fast pass.
Right.
All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Man Cave for another Tuesday night edition of the Sid's View podcast. Not a whole hell of a lot going on, but we still got stuff to talk about. Man Diego's in the house. What's up, brother?
Yo, listen. I don't know if any of you guys watch women's basketball. UConn UConn.
All right, well, we got Rem over here on the controls, ready to go.
Am I going to be the one doing this?
Well, we can't have Gino Oriema do it. He's way too cool to be down here with us. Go ahead.
Yo, yo, yo! It's a beautiful Tuesday. I'm here with my boys. Let's do it.
All right, we got our man Fro ready to go down in the bullpen, looking sharp.
What up, everybody? Your boy Rob back in the building. Very much unlike the Wheelman Modified Tour cars with respect to Thompson.
And we got our man Jack Pixton over at the news desk, ready to roll. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? We got some shocking news coming out of the Speedbowl. Mikey Jr. making some noise down south. Ready to be here. Let's do it.
All right, we'll get more on that in a little while. Don't forget, if you want to become a podcast member and join the live chat, go to youtube.com/sidsview/join. $4.99 a month. Not only can you participate in the show, as including the Who Won the Week segment, which is returning for the first time tonight's episode, but you also get bonus content every Thursday, and we are thrilled that we've already recorded some of that Thursday content with our Seaconk Grand Prix hot seat occupant tonight. Our man Chris Meyer's in the house. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Appreciate you hanging out with us here. Going to have some fun here with the live show. And before we get going, we want to say thank you to our friends over at Monaco Ford, once again, they are going to be on the results ticker. What am I doing over here? I got things going on over here. Okay. Diego, what's happening, buddy?
Well, obviously, Mother Nature.
Screwed us again.
Dude has been killing.
Such a damn shame.
Dude, it's been raining. You see Arkansas, these wicked tornadoes. You guys watch the news at all? Like F3s and 4s ripping through
I saw
there.
that there was an EF5. Isn't that like the huge one, right?
Dude,
That's as high as it goes?
It's been bad.
Bad.
I watched the news, and the kid that works for me lives in Arkansas. He's from Arkansas. He's like, dude, we used to live that every spring. I'm like, you ever seen a tornado? He's like, oh, yeah, dude, they're scary. Right? Because ever since I watched that movie, what was it called?
Twister?
Twister, yeah.
You've always got scared. They used to have the little ride at the studios, Universal. You'd go in there. I'd be like, oh, I would never want to be in one of those.
I want to be in like one of those storm chasing cars, where they like follow it.
No,
Like, let's go closer.
Yeah,
I want to be in there.
Why?
I don't know. It's like, I just feel like you're going to be all right. I don't know. I guess like, we're professionals here.
Give me so much anxiety.
Hey, real quick
Oh my
though,
God.
before you guys push me off here, because I like to talk a little bit, right? So I'm going to do this. Did any of you guys watch the Yukon women?
Yeah.
My girlfriend did. She said they kicked their ass, yeah.
Dude,
It's
first
like
off,
the men last year. They just
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
They played UCLA. Now I think UCLA.
You mean South Carolina?
Before that?
Oh, before
Yeah.
that. Okay.
The Final Four. They not only beat UCLA, they beat them by like 30 something.
Yeah, they crushed them.
Right? I'm like, and then so I don't know. This is their name Deuce Staley or the coach for South Carolina, right?
Don Staley?
Don Staley. They seemed a little cocky.
Deuce
right?
Staley was a running back on the Eagles.
No, okay, whatever. She got her Louis Vuitton outfit on the side and stuff, and I'm like, here comes old ass Gino Auriemma still. And I was like, I'm watching the game. We'll work on the car. And I'm like, they're up by 10 at half, up by like 22 at the end of third.
Yeah. First quarter was good, too.
First quarter was good,
great.
and all of a sudden, they're almost up by 40.
Yeah.
This is a championship game.
Yeah.
I'm like, you want to talk about a smackdown? I don't watch the Yukon women a lot, but do you guys realize that if anybody out there that's watched this podcast is into college basketball at all, this is the mecca
Oh, yeah.
of college right here in Connecticut. I mean, between the girls and boys,
So
it's just ridiculous.
Since 95, when the women won their first title, you can't count the pandemic, so there's been 30 seasons, and they've won 18
combined
between the men and the
That's
women. Yeah, that's
unbelievable.
crazy. Yep, I know.
Unbelievable. I mean, and so sometimes you don't realize it that you're right in the mecca, because you go to football and you're down at Alabama, Roll Tide. That's all they think about.
Yeah.
Or,
Right.
it's so huge. But, just the thought of just being, I'm a diehard basketball fan. I love college basketball. And it was fun to watch even, what's her name? Paige Becker, is that her
Yep.
name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Her social media presence. I mean, do you see how the women's sports is just starting to explode?
Right.
I mean, she's all over TikTok now. There's, number one draft pick. I mean, they're finally going to they should get paid for what they're worth, and they never have, and it's about to happen for them.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the old F&M Electrical Supply chalkboard chatter, we gave them props for their
Oh, good job.
Lady Huskies for the dozen.
Now listen,
yeah.
I never knew a lot about basketball, women's basketball, same deal. But listen, when I was in middle school, one of my math teachers he had a banner for every women's Yukon basketball championship plastered just all around the classroom. Whole thing was just surrounded with banners. I was like, oh, I guess they're they're the one.
I got a quick story. Back in the day, my stepbrother played at Ledyard High School, and there was this kid named Kyle Chapman who played on a team, and he was an unbelievable shooting guard. Now, this is a long time ago. Unbelievable shooting guard. I thought he was the best thing since sliced bread when I used to go watch him because he was money every time he shot.
Yeah.
He ended up going to UConn.
Yeah.
It was on the females practice squad. He played against the women every day in practice. That was his job at UConn, which I didn't realize stuff like that even existed.
Yeah.
But, yeah, really cool
you know how
stuff.
revered UCLA men's basketball is, and they have 11.
Yep.
UConn ladies now have 12.
Right?
And on the men's side, only UCLA and Kentucky have more than the UConn 6 championship. So
yeah, that's
you're
right.
right. It is the mecca of college basketball. Yep, for sure. All right, but listen, we're doing a racing show. So
I don't care.
We're going to kick it over to our man, Jack. He's got a lot of stuff to get to, so let's get on it with this week's weekly update.
All right. Of course, always want to give a big thank you to Belltown Motors for sponsoring the weekly update. Great people over there. So, like I mentioned in the intro, the Waterford Speedbowl announced Saturday that Hall of Fame crew chief Brad LaFontaine has been named the new race director of the track. Among his many career accomplishments are a NASCAR Modified Tour Championships with Jeff Fuller in '92 and Teddy Christopher in '08. He owned Northeast Race Cars and Speed from 1992 to 2019. This is his first opportunity as a race official in any capacity.
I'll let you go first, Diego.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
You know, here's the problem, right? There's a few problems at the Speedbowl. We all know this, right? There's no hidden secrets.
Right.
I mean, our guest here is not there anymore because of some of these problems.
Right.
Right? There's going to be
You can suck it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Nope.
There's going to be a lot of naysayers. There's going to be people that's, because that's all, obviously, I'm going to look at it on the positive side. I've been born and raised at the Speedbowl.
Right.
I am going to be on the positive side and hope for nothing but the best. Now, is it possible that this could all come crumbling down? It's very possible, but I don't think Brad LaFontaine has ever held a position like this.
That's correct.
But he's been in racing a long time. He's won a hell of a lot of races with a hell of a lot of good drivers.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He knows racing. He knows racing really well. He's been out of the game for a lot of years, fishing, sold Northeast race cars and parts. I don't know who made that connect to get him in. Somebody knew something to get him back in. And I'm sure he's excited about getting back involved in another facet of racing.
Yep.
Right.
How could you not be excited? I mean, it's not like I never thought of his name. Show me the list of people that are applying for this job.
Right.
Right.
Show me the list of people that are qualified for this job. I don't know. I'm off the top of my head. I'm not sure. I'm optimistic.
Right.
Obviously. But cautiously.
Yeah.
Optimistic.
I mean, you look at who his crew chief did. It's like the who's who of this area.
I just
It
hope.
really is.
This is just what I hope, right? He's going to have some learning to do if he's never done this,
Right,
right?
he's never
As
been a
far
race
as just
director.
race procedures and getting things moving.
Right.
I don't know as far what his control is over tech. I don't know that. But there's going to be some growing pains and some learning curves.
I mean, if you're a race director, how are you not overseeing tech? Isn't that part
Yeah,
of it?
I don't know. I don't know if that's I don't know who handles that, or if it's the GM, or I don't know who. I don't know positions like that.
Who's the GM? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but anyway, I just hope
Good question.
they let him do his job.
So that's the key right there. So there's no doubt that he is extremely accomplished. He's a
Yes.
Hall of Fame crew chief,
Yes.
right? He's got the credentials. But how do I say this? Not get myself in trouble. But
No, exactly.
the problem that is what has been the problem there has not changed. And so kind of like what you're saying, he can have all the credentials in the world. If the structure that has been creating a lot of the turnover in the last 6 or 7 years has not changed at all, then I don't.
You don't think he'll be
and I'm
around
just,
that
what
I'm
you're
just speaking
saying
for
is-
myself.
It's hard to get excited.
I mean, and I just think that it is more. I think that there's more likelihood that he will eventually leave that position with the same gripe as many race directors and GMs before him.
So, if that didn't happen, right? Let's just hypothetically say they gave him all the power. Said, "Okay, listen, we're going to turn a new leaf."
I mean, then it's the greatest thing that's happened to the
What do you
Speedbowl
think,
in about
Chris?
a decade.
What do you think?
I think it's like coaching the Cleveland Browns.
No win.
It's going to be tough to win.
Right. What an analogy!
Yeah, that's awesome.
What an analogy!
Yeah,
Don't
good.
tell Salukin that
Right.
because he'll be pissed.
I was gonna say
I
clip
mean-
that. I got some friends I could send that one to.
I'm a Washington fan. You know what I mean? So I know
Yeah.
all about losing.
Oh,
when it
yeah.
comes to that. But yeah, I mean, it's like, can it be done? Yeah, it can be done. You know, it could. It could be successful, but you have to be able to make decisions and have control. I think it's great that somebody's coming in that wants to do it.
Right.
And I think all the guys that come in want to do it. So, but you got to give the guy the keys and let him do his thing. And
Right.
the competitors, the fans, the crews, the families, they have to get behind it too and believe in it.
Oh, yeah.
And try to give it some faith. You know what I mean? Because you can't have half of a program and half of this program, half of that program, and make it work. You got to give the guy the control that's needed to be able to implement what he wants to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and if that happens, I mean, it could be really awesome.
But you're saying that's unlikely.
I'm just going by the track record. I mean, I have no reason to think anything is going to be different.
Right.
You know, just because they hired Brad LaFontaine doesn't mean that things are going to be different down there. And for what we're talking about, you know.
Well,
what I mean?
you know what happens is, you know, it's everybody. This is just how I think it happens. This is what it looks like to me as an outsider. I don't know the inner pieces of the Speedbowl between everybody, but it's like, you know, if there's some drama going on at my shop, right? And I'm just using this as an example. We have a quick meeting, right? And we're going to say, hold on, we're going to be transparent here, because Jack, you're not going to talk about Fro, and then Fro's going to turn on me. And then you guys got into an alliance. That's kind of what happens. That's what it looks like that happens. Everybody starts turning on each other instead of just working in the same direction. And then it becomes like, oh, my God, who's it? I mean, like, I don't know the whole thing with Sean Foster. I know he was trying really hard. He was a great face for the Speedbowl. He was trying to do his thing. So it's hard for me to speak, but I knew things were getting ugly at the end. And the union forced him out. Right? So what stops the union from forcing Brad out as soon as he starts doing what so-and-so doesn't like?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're like, oh, Brad's an asshole. Right? Oh, Brad's doing this. Or I hope that doesn't happen. That's all I'm saying. And that it becomes a little bit different through the process.
I think that there is, you know, over the years when certain people have had a position like that, I know going way back, like the last year of his life, really the last job he had in race at Ed Flemke Sr. was basically the de facto race director for Dick Williams at 83.
Yeah.
Of course, when Tommy Fox came, I think that was 2009, he became the race director. And I believe this with Brad is the same, where they bring instant credibility.
Yeah.
They were successful in their career as a racer, as a crew chief, as a car builder, whatever the case may be. And so he definitely brings that. And again, we don't, just because you have that credibility doesn't mean you're good at managing people or the situations, and we can only hope for the best. But the fact that he has the knowledge and knows what it takes to be successful, and probably knows a lot about, you know, the shenanigans that people try to get away with, and that is all going to be helpful to him. So there is a positive spin to it, and I think we all want this to be something good for the Speedbowl, and I hope that they change my early pessimism on the situation is I just kind of been, you know, just going by the track record.
Yeah.
Again, that's all I'm going by.
You can't help but to think that way.
Right.
I mean, if you look at the pattern,
the
pattern speaks for itself.
Yep.
Right? But like me and Chris were talking off air, Brad knows a lot of people. He knows a lot of people in the racing world. I don't know if that's good or bad, but he could say, hey, listen, I'm bringing so-and-so in. I'm bringing this one in.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do. Now, I'm just hypothetically speaking, but if he does some stuff like that and starts bringing a few key pieces in that he wants, all of a sudden, you know, the problem is the place is broken, right? And so he's fighting an uphill battle with car counts because guys like Chris left. You know, and other news pop today. You know, you can't afford to have teams like that leave the Speedbowl.
Yeah.
Right? And that's nothing against Stafford because they've done an absolutely fantastic job. Why would you not want to go race there? They do a great job.
Right. Diego, I'll just bounce off of you with the story that literally just came in as I was driving here. Norm Root will run a full season with a limited late model at Stafford.
That's what I'm talking about. Right?
Yeah.
How do you... It's hard because Norm and Jackie Root are freaking great people.
Yeah.
Their team is a team that you want to be at your racetrack.
Right.
Yep.
That's a team you want at your racetrack. And it was slightly gut-wrenching to me when I read it today. and it's again, this is nothing
Right,
at
you're
Stafford.
happy for them, and you understand why they want
I
to.
do.
But as Speedbowl peeps, are like, damn.
Damn, that's good. I love watching him race out there. I enjoyed watching him race
Right.
there, but I don't blame him.
And there was nothing in the story. We don't know either way whether that means he's
I
in or
can't
out for the
imagine.
bowl.
I mean, that's a lot
maybe
of
he's
work.
in the chat. Sometimes he's in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'd be hard to leave once he gets there. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Once he gets to Stafford and he starts running there, it's
Well,
going to be hard to say, yeah, you know what? I'll go back to the Speedbowl.
I mean, the
Because they're
division
gonna
he's
treat him
entering
good.
is also insanely competitive as is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Right.
running a limited, right? It's a street stock at the bowl, but it's categorically a limited there. I
Yeah.
mean, that series has so much parity. I feel
Yeah,
like it'd be
it's
fun to run.
so that's what I'm saying. So Brad has that up against him.
Yeah.
Really good quality teams leaving.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he could repair a lot of this and turning it around, it's going to be a multi-year
Dude.
problem.
If he's able to turn it around, it'd be one of the greatest stories that's in the Speedbowl's history, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they need here is some
Yeah.
sort of spark to turn it around
Need a hero.
and get people that they want to come back and race there. Yep.
I just hope if they think he's the right guy, they take his advice and just don't put him there as a puppet.
Yeah, right.
I hope they really consider what's happening because somebody needs to be the game changer there. That place can make a ton of money. It's a great racetrack, and a lot of people want to race there.
Yeah.
It's just what's happening if people aren't there like this, like our guest tonight.
I always felt like with the crew chief, it's a lot of coordination, right, between what you have to keep track of, communicating with the drivers, talking to the tire guy, like
Right.
a lot of those kind of even worrying about parts and all kinds of things throughout the week.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like that could help in a race director kind of thing because there's a lot of logistics to pull off an event and make
Yeah.
sure people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And so,
Right. Some of like the low level skills will transfer.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly,
that work
right.
ethic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my hope.
yeah. So fingers crossed. Let's
Good luck, Brad LaFontaine. If
yeah.
you're watching,
We're rooting for you, buddy.
we're rooting for you, pal.
Hey,
All right.
real quick, Jack, before you keep
yeah.
going, but pretty impressive job by the Speedbowl to keep that under wraps, huh? That was a
Dude,
shocker when that news
I
came
had
out.
no idea.
I was like, damn, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
good for them.
Yeah. All right, Jack, go ahead, buddy.
All right, so unfortunately, NASCAR announced that on Friday that the Icebreaker 150 had been postponed to April the 16th. After the infamous battle with the weather that's been going on.
Yeah.
A NASCAR spokesperson said team owners were polled about the possibility of running the event on Friday the 4th, but it was logistically not feasible on such a short notice for most of the teams that were running.
It was scheduled. Yeah, moving up an event a whole
so-
day is not easy. Not
Yeah.
when you got tour guys coming from all over.
Plus, in the car count that they were expecting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was over 30.
I thought it was like
It
38.
was like 38, 37. Yeah. It's crazy.
And you want them to all show up. You don't want to run a half-baked event.
Yeah. Ryan Newman won the Smart Tour race Saturday at Orange County in New Hampshire. 14-year-old Paulie Hartwig III finished second. It was crazy that this kid was like nose to tail with Ryan Newman.
Wow.
He's
Very good.
nasty,
He's
though.
Big up
Raw.
Paulie.
Mikey Jr. finished third, driving the Gary Putnam-owned number 77, and had the lead late in the race before Ryan Newman.
Did you watch
ultimately
this race?
Took him over.
I did not.
I went and checked it out because I was like, oh, Mikey Jr. finished third. Let me check it out.
Yeah.
Good race.
It was a real good race.
Really good race.
And he was leading, like, late into the race.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to turn it on and, like, he had a good run and, like, came up through the field,
Listen.
got a podium, but he was leading late.
Ryan Newman had a great car, too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Gary Putnam doesn't bring crap to the track. no, he doesn't. His cars are beautiful. You see all the chrome on them things?
Yeah, it was,
That's a blue 77, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Neon
that
yellow?
thing is
Yeah.
beautiful. Dolly's auto on there, but listen, Mikey Christopher is damn good,
Yeah.
right? And so where are they at? Orange County? Is that where they were?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So I mean, how many laps does Mikey Christopher have there?
Exactly.
And he's leading late in the run.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Great for him.
So our boy Ryan Priest finished outside the front row and ran top 3 for the first half before falling off late in the Cup race this past weekend. His streak of top 10 finishes was snapped at 3 after he finished 26th.
Well, here's the thing, right? There was a caution in the middle of that green flag cycle for, in my opinion, kind
Did
of
you watch
dubious
the whole
reasons.
race?
I did.
Yeah,
I
me
mean, I
too.
watched it kind of on and off, but I saw that Brad Keselowski spun out and there was no caution. And then, like 2 laps later, there was a cause for debris. Kind of questionable, but that's really what, ended Priest's run. He had top 5 speed, qualified second.
Well, they got awful. If you notice, they pitted at the end real early.
Yeah.
Right.
And if a caution, they were hanging from 5th to 7th for a long time.
100%.
Late in the race.
Yeah.
If a yellow comes out, it worked perfectly like it has the last couple weeks because then they come down to pit road with everybody. They're in the top 5. They get tires. It's a great run.
Yeah, they needed it to come out at like 5-10 laps sooner.
Dude, you want to hear my dorkiness?
Okay, go
Always.
for it. Yeah.
All right, you guys ready? Chris, you want to hear how dorky I am?
Definitely.
My brother's got, we're working one day in the garage, and my brother's, I could hear he's got old man syndrome. He's got it on speakerphone, and he's got Ryan's radio going on as we're working. The race isn't on, and I just hear Brandon Wilkerson spotted for him. And I'm like, dude, what the hell is that? So what do? I go pay the $29.99 for the year.
Wow.
For the max? For the in-cars?
And I
I
tune
got it
in.
too. Yeah, that's how I watch
Dude,
the
it's
race.
nice.
I
isn't
love it. And I listened to Priest was like, I don't know what you guys did, but this thing ain't turning in the middle of shit.
But you're not watching the race. You're just listening to
No,
that.
I was watching the race, but it sucks because it's delayed.
Yeah.
You should see my
It's
setup,
so-
dude. I have the race on my laptop, or the race on my phone, and then Priest's in-car cam on my laptop.
Oh, I haven't watched
So
the in-car. You
sick.
can get the
It's
in-car
so
through
sick.
that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched
Oh,
the
how do
whole
I
race.
do that?
On
Wait, I
HBO,
thought you were
if you go on
talking about-
HBO
No,
Max.
I only listen because
Oh, no.
If you go on HBO Max, they have all the drivers in-car cams with
Yeah.
the radio and
how do
spotter.
I get there? I don't have HBO Max.
You gotta
You gotta
pay.
pay for
No,
it.
I got to pay for that too.
Yeah,
I know
it's
this.
$17 a month.
Well, I mean,
Dude,
if you're
$17 a month. I'm not
Yeah,
paying
but
that.
if you're
Money's
just
tight.
getting the radio on one, and you can get the radio and the in-car fee, then I just cancel.
But
the
I
radio.
enjoy listening because, listen, big shout out to Brandon Wilkerson. I don't know if he ever watches, but I'm a big fan of him. Paul Bouzell's original spotter from the Speedbowl.
Yeah.
And now he's spotting for Priest, and Priest is from here. It's a great story. Does a great job. Half back, one back, 4 coming. When I
Right.
start hearing
Yeah.
guys like Rick Ware, the 51 coming, I'm like, oh boy, we're struggling.
Yeah.
Inside, I'm like, oh boy.
That's how I watch it
Yeah,
through that
right.
thing. I
Yeah.
try to trick my wife into scooping all the ice cream so I can watch. Are you gonna do anything? I'm like, hold on a second.
Right.
Make a waffle cone. And I'm watching.
That's
the race.
awful.
Oh yeah, it is awful.
Right.
She knows what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Oh, that is so funny.
Right. Well, I'll say this. All right. Yes, he didn't finish that great because of the strange set of circumstances.
ran
that happened.
well.
Right. But I'll say this. We talked about it a few weeks ago. What would be a good season for Priest? If he runs like that every week, I'll call it a good season.
He ran well.
He was running top 5. He
Yes.
was.
He's gonna finish in the top 10 this year.
Oh, yeah.
In points, you think?
I really do. I think he's gonna win too. I mean,
Oh, he's
they're
definitely going to win.
They're just scratching the surface.
Yeah, the pieces
Yeah.
fall into place eventually. It's going to fall your way.
All right. 4-time NASCAR mod champ Justin Bonsignor will make his 3rd start this season for Joe Gibbs on the Xfinity Series at Bristol this weekend.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Listen, I've joined the diecast club of the podcast. Got my Justin's 19 car.
Oh, you got the mini-me.
the mini me. Yeah.
It's
Baby
cool,
steps.
though.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool, man. Listen, how could you not be a fan of Justin? Ever since he's been on the show, I've been a fan of him.
Yeah.
I root for him. I wish that he could put together a little bit better of a run on because he's in a really good car.
Right.
And Bristol, hopefully might be his bread and butter here. A little short track because he was at Homestead. I'm watching him and he's kissing it off the fence because everybody's up running on the wall. And I'm like, oh, he got it. He's got a pit. Now he's 2 laps down. And, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
he has the potential really to pull off a great run. Eric Amarola does.
Oh, for sure.
He put some great runs together in that car. And I think
Yeah.
Justin can too.
I wish we could get him back in here because I got to imagine going from the mod with the massive mod tires, you go to driving at Homestead, which is infamously one of the lowest grip tracks. You're basically running the fence the whole time. Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
got to be a weird adjustment. The driving style, there's no way.
Oh, yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah.
All right. Nominations for the Near Hall of Fame are currently being accepted. Nomination deadline is May the 1st. You can visit newenglandautoracers.com for more info. And we literally, just as we went live, we got a story in from Race Day CT that forecasted washouts pushed the Northeast Classic to Friday, April 18th and Saturday, April 19th at New Hampshire.
Dude.
Yeah.
Christmas shots just
Dude.
taking a beating from Mother Nature to start
Yeah.
the season. man.
Dude, it's
It's
been
almost
bad.
impossibly bad.
Yeah.
Man, it's
Yeah.
been
I can't
Justin's
even
in
go
the
anymore.
chat, by the way, just real quick. Anytime, Justin, we can
Yeah,
coordinate the
absolutely.
ferry rides. You got an open invite there, buddy.
Right.
Anytime.
But yeah, that's the update. So again, thank you, Belltown Motors.
All right, well done there, Jacharias.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it. Remy, let's get those vocal cords ready because you know what time it is. It's for the Waddell Communications Nostalgia Nugget.
What do you think, Livewire?
I love it. You need Hammond to do a voiceover for that.
All right, so listen, everybody. We're going to have a little bonus nostalgia nugget because we figured something out here. We was talking to our man, Chris Meyer, earlier on. But I'm going to tell you about my original one first. And that is that on Sunday, April 8th, 1951, which was 74 years ago, the Speedbowl held a practice because it was opening for the initial time the following weekend. They scheduled a practice for 2:15 p.m. and by 1 o'clock, the parking lot was starting to get filled. It ended up with over 1,500 cars. Remember, this is just for a preseason open practice. The parking lot was so filled that people parked on both sides of the road, Route 85 in both the north and south directions, and that they created a 3-hour traffic jam. So much so that one of the things that they were going to have at this event was midget racers that were going to come down and do some sort of like exhibition. Midget racing was in 1951 bigger than stock car racing, and they were sponsored by AAA, which at the time also sponsored the Indy 500. So midgets were a big deal, and if they came to your track, you were going to see guys that race in the Indy 500. Anyways, they got caught in traffic. They were able to get there towards the end of the show and run a couple hot laps, but the traffic jam is almost more memorable than the opening day. I think an estimated 8,000 people were at the Speedbowl. Matter of fact, I actually have the so this is a look at the this is the day paper. 8,000 people swarm to the isn't that crazy?
8,000.
8,000.
You wouldn't even be able
people.
to see the ground at the bowl, pretty much.
I know,
Right?
nuts. So 3-hour traffic jam. And also interesting to remember that in 1951, this is how long ago it was, 395, or what was originally Route 52, did not even exist. 95 from Old Saybrook to Old Lyme was just a dirt road. Route 11, if you come down from Hartford, did not exist. And Route 2 did exist, but it was a 2-lane road. So there was like the highway system was in its infancy. So
Right.
traffic jams, it didn't take much to get that going.
Right.
So, however, so you're going to want to tune in on Thursday because we have some great stuff with our man Chris that we've been talking about. And what we realized is that the infamous race that Chris had with Diego's brother Sean at the Speedbowl in 2012, one of the most rewatched clips. I would say it's a top 10 all-time Sid's View clip.
It's a good clip.
It's a very good clip. Young, feisty Chris Meyer, a classic Sean Monahan, a little bit of everything in his personality in this clip. And so
yeah.
this happened. Tomorrow will be the 13-year anniversary of this clip that...
you guys is getting old.
Yeah, I'm getting old. I've been around a while.
So,
Yeah.
Remy, let's go to the videotape there. Let's go to the Sid's View archives here. Let's have a look-see. Final lap.
Oh, Jesus.
You got to go back a little further when he puts me in the wall.
Whoa!
Oh, my. Wow, really overdrove it, too.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it! Oh,
I beat him.
oh my goodness.
Look at those graphics.
Hey, Sean didn't finish
Cut it,
second.
I beat him across the line. My transfer.
No, he got DQ'd. Oh, look at! Oh, I did the slow motion over the credits. That's right. Oh, I timed this right too. Watch this.
Look at this. Look
Pick
at
it
this.
up with the guitar. Here we go. Ready?
He's
It's a
lucky
nice
he didn't
mix
shot
right
that
here.
guy behind him, too.
Yeah, time it right here.
I beat him.
Oh, look at those graphics. All right, let's get those. Oh no! Oh, we should have left that sound, but you still got it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have
Look at
it.
this
Yeah,
young whippersnapper.
Look how young I am.
I beat him fair, and he dumped my ass. Good stuff, man.
Classic street stock racing back
Really
in the
was.
day, man.
13 years ago.
Sean said he's an
Yes,
animal.
sir.
My brother's like, he's an animal.
Hey, Sean will remember this. I didn't give him nothing he couldn't handle. I think he said it to me a few times.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome, man.
awesome.
Good stuff. All right.
Yeah. Sean's in chat too. He says, "Can you get the live wire to start talking?" Sean, you're the one that pretty much got him to start talking. Good for you, Sean.
All right, let's go down to the bullpen. Rob's ready here. He's got this week's stat chat. Here we go.
All right, people. We actually have 4 questions today. A little extended length. Stat chat, thanks.
I like that.
Thanks to Hoosier Retirees, beautiful people. Here we go. This first one, very relevant, unfortunately. If you were a promoter and your Sunday event rained out, would you rather it be moved to a weekday that week or a weekend 2 months later?
I would think weekend, right?
Of course.
Brings in the more money.
Yeah.
I mean, as a racer, you want to race right away, right?
Right.
You're like, oh, let's get there. But as a promoter, if you got to think about the money,
Yeah.
right?
Sunday's a Sunday.
Yeah, I mean the
And
only
you have time to plan it.
right. Yeah, the only oddball is like what they go with Thompson, which is weekends are not always available, so they get kind of screwed with that.
Right.
Yeah.
But that issue aside, at that track, I think I would pick the weekend, even if it
You'd
was.
have to.
Yeah.
You'd have to with today's world with
Right.
so much happening. There's so many things to do. It's not like it was back in the day.
I remember like the when the Speedbowl had the Bud Nats was the opener, and like for years that was always rained out from like I think when it started in the late 90s into like the mid 2000s. It was like 7 out of the first 9 were rained out, and a lot of times they had it in like June, or I think one time it was in July. So
Remember how sad you used to get when I don't know about you when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
It rained out.
yeah, like what am I gonna do today?
Like,
Right.
dude. I mean, like, we would call 442-8215. I think that was the number nonstop.
Yep.
But it busy. It's busy, Sean. It's busy. It's
Yeah.
busy.
Right.
Hi, you guys racing? Yeah, we are. We're still racing. Sean, they're on. Yes. Dude, we used to do it all day.
Yeah.
All day. We'd be so sad when the races got rained out, and it happens way frequently now, early in spring for sure.
Yeah, April just rain out. April, even part of May, just rains out all the time.
Yeah,
It's
it
hard to
doesn't
get
look,
any races
and
in.
it's
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to be there right now. You know, like I don't know if you guys. Oh, you guys were there for Thompson.
Yeah.
Like there was no. It was overcast.
No,
but
dude, it was
that
It
was
was
not
so
fun.
brutal.
painfully cold.
Yeah.
That was not fun. And
Yeah.
it was. I told you when I looked down on my phone, it said 41. I'm like, there is no way it's only 41.
Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
freezing.
Especially on the roof, dude.
Yeah,
Right.
It
I'm
was
like,
brutal.
this is not fun. You're the guy that showed up with no jacket.
Yeah, well, because I didn't think it'd be that cold. I thought 41, I'd be fine with like, a little crew neck.
It
But
gets cold at night during the summer at Thompson.
Yeah.
Up there in July
Yeah.
on the backs,
It
on
does.
the infield, it's like, man, it's cold out here. It was 90 degrees during the day. Cold.
well,
at
I
night.
didn't even I remember, what was it, like lap 10 of the modified race, and like I couldn't feel my fingers on top of the camera. I was like, God damn it.
Dude, I was trying to fix settings on the camera I was holding, and like I was losing mobility in my hands. It was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix it.
I
You might
feel-
just be.
You just got to put your hands in a warm
It
spot.
was so cold, I got like sick 2 days after, man. I was
Really?
like, yeah, oh yeah.
I feel like in the Terry Ames days when he opened, like he would be running weekly at this time of the year, and
Yeah.
a lot of the mod guys would complain that it was too cold to be racing mods at night
Yeah.
when the temperature would get down in the 40s and 30s.
It is cold, man.
Yeah.
It's.
I don't miss being at the Speedbowl.
I mean, as you
man.
get older, it's harder to enjoy when you can't feel your toes.
Yeah.
Like, this is not fun. I mean, I should go buy it on Racing America. Just
We had the hot
watch.
hands. My wife is an ice skating coach, so
Yeah.
she has hot hands. We had the big box of them.
Oh,
And
so did they work?
I threw them in the truck, and we all used them, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
they were. Yeah, they came in handy. It was
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
cold.
But weekend is a consensus.
Yeah.
Original question.
Yeah, yeah.
Weekend,
Yeah,
no
I
doubt.
agree.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So Stafford's coming up soon, right? We got the Sizzler in a couple weekends here.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Fern and Keith Rocco are entering 2025 tied for third in the all-time races. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I've heard a little buzz about these two drivers in the offseason, so I want to ask you guys, okay? Going in with 82 wins apiece, who do you think will have more wins by the end of 2025?
I think they're still tied. at the end of the year. I
Really?
think they both win like 2, 3, 4 races.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they both go
No,
winless.
no, definitely not.
All right.
Tom Fern's winning some races this year, and
Yeah,
Pete's always gonna
I
win.
you know, I gotta imagine too. After talking to the Live Wire today, you know, I got some inside intel from the Live Wire.
All right.
I'm thinking, you know, Tom Fern is no slouch. You know, Rocco's no slouch either. But I'm thinking Fern is probably going to have a turnaround year because
Really?
it was tough last year. It was painful to watch him because the years prior, you know, he was giving that division something to cry about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for reference, when we made our championship picks last year, I'm pretty sure I said that Tom Fern was going to win the title. We saw how that worked out. And I mean, Diego, it's surprising to hear this, man. You're a Rocco diehard.
I
feel
thought
like,
you
to the
were
very
saying
end.
Rocco's
I
going to
know,
have a
listen,
resurgence
that's what I'm saying.
this year.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Tom
I
Fern's going
think-
to win races.
I think he is, but Tom Fern, I agree with Chris. You know, and Chris said it was a really weird year for him, abnormal. I bet you when they closed up shop and they were happy that 2024 was over, they probably instantly said, all right, listen, we are not doing that again.
Back to the drawing board.
That's it. We're not doing that again.
Yeah.
So, you know, whether they went and built a car, I don't know what they've done, but I can't suspect Tom Fern will be down for a long time because he still's got it in him to
Right.
be good.
You said they're tied at 82? Is that what you said?
Yes.
All right. Rocco 84, Fern 83. You heard it here first.
Here's the thing. I could have
Lock it in.
thrown someone else in the equation. I mean, we got Woody not far ahead either. Woody's got 84. He's right
Yeah.
there. Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Woody's
So
going to win too, though.
He needs to win some open shows or the tri-track
That's what I'm
race.
saying.
Woody doesn't race there enough anymore.
No,
He
he
still races 4 or 5 times in the.
He wins
The
every
open
year.
shows?
He wins at least
Yeah.
one
Right,
of
that's what I'm
those
saying.
things.
Like I could see him ripping off 3 open shows. Like you just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Better do
All right.
better than he did at Thompson.
Oh shit! There,
shit.
Sid. He might not be letting you put that new bumper
He's my
cam on.
guy, but that's not going to cut it.
Did he struggle up there?
They had a bad day. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not their best day,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was surprising, actually, to be honest with you.
That happens, though,
That's,
Yeah,
man.
that's
right.
a new team, though. That's
Yeah.
not
That
the
is a
team
new
normally-
team, wasn't
yeah,
it?
they're working bugs out. They're gonna get
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Like they got
That-
Oh, no doubt
they got the
will.
pieces there, but that's a
Yeah.
brand new team, a brand new car to him. I don't know if it's a brand new car, but that's not what he's normally running. So they'll figure it out.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep, dude. I listen for my answer to that. I'm gonna have to consult Tim probably. Tim is like crystal ball and Stafford.
Who's Tim?
Tim.
Burkowski.
Tim? Pit
That
Road.
guy
We've
Tim.
had this conversation like a
I
billion
don't know
times.
Tim.
Oh, my.
TDT. We talked
PGT
about
as they
him.
call it. Listen,
Yeah.
TDT?
Oh Jesus! Just go on, Rob.
Tim Rogowski?
He's gone.
Burkowski.
Who?
What are we talking about?
Don't worry about it.
He
He's a
texted-
legend. Don't worry about
No,
it.
He's a
he
legend?
absolutely. Listen, he texts me like 2-3 laps into a race. He's like, "This guy's gonna win," and he just
Really?
does. It's like he has like the league script for Stafford. I don't know how it's possible.
Oh, you're
Tim-
saying it's fixed?
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's fixed. I'm saying he somehow magically pulls it out of the ether. You know.
Yeah.
Either way, gonna have.
I
to
got to
ask.
meet this guy when I come up.
He's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
100%. Either way, okay, we got 2 more questions, so we got to get moving here. Norm Root, as you've heard in the weekly, is coming to Stafford this year.
Yep.
Off of 6 wins, I think, last year at the Speedbowl, right?
That's correct.
For the drivers in here, you got to tell me, how easy is it to adjust from the bull ring style track of the bowl to a half mile like Stafford? Is he going to find success right away?
It's a transition for sure. I mean, if they're in the right position, they can win. You know, Norm can win. He showed last year. I mean, that he can get the job done. But there's definitely a lot to learn. You drive the track way different than you drive Waterford, but there's so many smart people on that team. They have such good equipment, and the kid wants to win. So I mean, they'll figure it out probably pretty quickly. But there definitely is a learning curve. And I mean, if there wasn't 10 winners last year,
Dude.
then I'd say he's a shoo-in. But
Right.
there's going to be competition.
Well,
you know,
that's
so
the thing. It is very almost slot machine-esque in that division. Like, who's going to get rung up?
All good
Because
teams.
he could win 4-5 or he could win 9.
Is
Like, I
anybody
really don't know.
going out of that division?
Not that I know of.
So it's the same division that they had 10 or 11 winners, and they're going to have Travis Hydar and Norm Root.
And Lafayette is
and
coming up too.
Lafayette,
And
thank you,
Lafayette.
Lafayette. You watch
Wow.
out for Lafayette. That's
Yeah, he's
you watch and
quiet.
see.
Not enough people are talking about him in the limited.
And he's got
Yeah.
the piece to do it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
Lafayette's
a
my
crazy
boy.
division, man.
And he's got the nicest head of hair.
Oh man. All right. I got one more for you.
Ooh, I like that.
Sorry. Go ahead.
What?
Well, it was late. That should have been. But he said he had a nice head of hair. It took me a while. I'm sorry. My
Listen,
bad.
he's a brother. You know,
Yeah.
he's
Go
got
ahead.
he's got the. Either way, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Which driver? This is very open-ended. Okay, any track. You know, because guys have bad years, but if it's after like 5 good years, like, all right, like, you know, there are some bugs we don't know about. Maybe you got to go back to drawing board on the car. Who would you say is under the most pressure to put up a career year in 2025? Like, who's really on the hot seat, so to speak? Not you, Chris. I mean, you doing all
No,
right.
I think it is Chris.
Are you dead ends?
I put the pressure on myself.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a good question.
The pressure.
Emma writes, Emma Monahan, LOL. She did come off a championship 2 years ago, and we've struggled hard.
I heard her car owner's kind of.
Douchey.
Yeah. A little bit.
I don't know a lot about the guy.
Yeah.
Pressure. Let me see here.
I mean, I can speak on my division.
Yeah, go.
I mean, you got, and again, with all love too, like Wayne Corey, brand new race car, brand new engine,
You have 17, right?
all the experience on
Yeah.
that team. Pat Kretschmann, how many races he's won?
Right.
Like they're gonna. I mean, I think they're expected to win.
Yeah.
And win. Brand new
Immediately.
Bob car, brand new engine, all the right parts. So like, I don't want to say this pressure, but definitely expecting. You have
That's
to expect
tough to
something.
race that way.
Yeah.
I
it is.
hate that, it's going to feel like a huge monkey. I mean, if he doesn't win right away, and you bring up it's a great name to bring up because he's been there a while. He's
good.
He's good. He's always competitive, but he's just always missing
Yeah.
this much.
Yep.
And to be racing under that pressure, I feel bad.
I got a couple.
Yep.
I got a couple SK Light names for you.
Okay.
Yeah, throw him out.
Meg Fuller. Didn't she go winless last year
Yes.
Yeah.
between the two tracks?
Yep.
So I'm curious if there's any pressure there. And I also think there's going to be pressure on Hovey
Oh, yeah.
because I think the expectations are really high. He won a lot of races last
Yeah.
year. He went down to New Smyrna and mopped them up. And I have no doubt that he's going to win a lot of races. But I wonder if there's going to be pressure there to get some championships.
I don't think, to me, when I think of Rob's question,
Yeah.
it's to somebody who has been good and has maybe underperformed, right? Like in the chat, Bonds had brought up Keith Rocco. He's been a legend.
Right.
Yeah.
A guy like him is like, when does that bubble pop? Like,
Right. It's gotta be weighing on him.
When is it like, damn it, man, we're not running or winning like we used to?
You know who's a sleeper? I think you got to put pressure on Haidar in the new division in a new car. I feel like it's almost
Yeah,
like
he has a very different breed of pressure, though.
I don't think though. To me, when I think of your question, I don't think.
Yeah, I
guy's
think
like
we
him.
all have different
Yeah.
definitions of it because I don't know if I necessarily
Because
agree with you.
I'm like that. I'm with Emma. I'm with Keith.
See, I almost think sometimes the more success you have, the more pressure there is.
Yeah.
there is if you won.
Well, that's why I said Hovey.
Yeah, I think it. To me, it's almost to me.
You think if Hovey comes out and the first 8 races he has between Stafford and Waterford and he doesn't win, there's not going to be a ton of pressure on him?
I'd be completely shocked
If what?
If
There-
that even
if he
happens.
didn't even win.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying, but if he didn't,
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
there'd
if
be a
he-
ton of pressure
no,
on
you're
him.
completely right.
yeah.
What about Todd Owen?
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, a guy like
That's
Todd
the
Owen.
name I
though.
have written down.
Yeah, so
That's
a guy
that's
like
another
Todd
good
Owen.
name, yeah.
Another name is a guy like Todd. I tell you what, he looked damn good in that 604.
Right.
He looked real good, like they're back on par again. And so that's a name, too, that I would think of,
Right.
who's had great success at everywhere he's gone over the past 3 years. And last year was just an off year.
What about Moeller?
No.
Do you think if he has the same season, he gets into August and he hasn't won, there's not going to be pressure on him?
I don't know. He's already won a championship.
Yeah, he might be comfortable just doing it the same way
I mean,
again.
but Keith Rocco's won 8 gazillion championships. You're talking about how there's pressure on him.
I think it's
because
all
he
up to
hasn't ran
interpretation,
well.
man.
And
Like
I mean, he
Sid said.
runs good. He's run good. He wins. He won last year the 5K. But he's not the
Didn't run
Keith Rocco that we know.
Yeah.
Doesn't run like Keith.
Doesn't
Right,
run like
Flat
Keith.
out dominating races.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
Oh, Bonza put a great name out there, too. Pulio. And JP.
Well, I think JP. Didn't he win the
I
finale?
mean, I'm not with you guys on any of this.
Really?
I don't think there's any
No.
pressure on John Pulio.
He won the finale. Prior to that, though, when he was with, because he was dominant in the SK Lights, right?
Eric
And
Burnt's a good one.
Eric Burns.
They've been openly chasing a championship of the Speedbowl for several years
Oh, this
now,
is his year.
and,
Right.
not,
This is
and
his
have not
year.
got it.
right, and they've been
That's a
really
good one.
good.
Yep.
Yeah. We don't look at. I mean, it's funny how all our brains think of that
Yeah.
question.
Well, I mean,
And
with
it
pressure, like you look at it two ways. It's like, are you living up to past success? Like, are you afraid of being washed? Like, or are you afraid like I'm going to be on the way out? Like, if you're coming off a good season, you want to live up to the good season. But if you're coming off a bad season, it's like we got to take swings here. It's two very different.
It's almost like can you
forms of
live?
it.
It's like if you had 2 bad years in a row where you didn't even top 5 or podium.
Right.
You're like, all right, this is it or I'm done.
Right.
Yeah, this is it. Or I'm
This
done.
is it
Yeah.
or I'm
No,
done.
yeah, you're feeling the
That's
pressure,
how I
right.
think. If we don't perform now, we got to think
No,
about
but
what
I
we're
mean,
doing.
I also see like Sid's angle with Hovey is a unique spot because like he's kind of become heel. Like he is sort of the heel of that division. Like you have to own the heel role
yeah.
to an extent.
I don't know if he's under that kind of pressure though, because that kid, to me, he's probably one of the next to the kids that came out of there last year.
Pearl and Chapman.
Yes. I mean, it's nothing but upward for those guys. It'd have to be completely catastrophic and the bottom fall out of that team and everything around them for it. You know, they're going places. Pearl's on his way up.
Right.
Chapman, I feel like Hovey this year is more like Chapman was last year. You know, you're looking for him to maybe win that many races. You hate to put that kind of pressure on somebody.
so you just
just-
saying,
yeah.
you're just
Yeah,
making
but-
my point.
But I don't think.
You
But
just made my point.
The problem is, I don't think he thinks that way.
I don't
is
think
what-
he feels it.
Yeah, he don't feel it. He don't
Yeah.
think that way. Not like Keith may feel like, damn it, man, I got to win this year.
Yeah.
Right? Hovey don't think that. He don't give a shit.
I tell Homeboy if he wins, he gets free cookie dough ice cream. So
Oh, no, he's up 11 pounds. We had this discussion
I
today.
feel that cone.
He's
too.
up.
It's like-
He's up 11 pounds. We're going to work on this.
Well, guys, that was great. Very philosophical.
All right. Well done, my
Thank you.
friend.
And thank you, Who's Your Retirees, yet again.
All right, then. Listen, we got a Did You Know coming up with a brand new sponsor. Thrilled to have with us, once again, our friends, the Corners, Mid-Site Site Development. I almost reminisced that, but I got through it. I appreciate that. Let's just giddy up. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What? No. Oh, Jesus.
Shaking my head.
Do it again. I like this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, we're going to start it again. Damn you,
let's do it.
Sydney. All right, ready? All right, sorry for that little snafu. So did you know, Diego? Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm going to do this in form of a trivia question, okay?
Oh, don't do this to me, Sid.
So the tracks, Thompson and Stafford, I think we all know, have hosted the most NASCAR wheel and modified tour races over the history of the tour, which started in 1985. Can you give me the track that has hosted the third most? Come on, Rams.
Riverside.
Riverside Park?
Yeah.
No, not even close. They have 16.
I'd have been my guess.
They only went to the park like once a year.
Really?
Yeah. Think big.
Lime Rock.
Lime Rock is I don't think they've been there a couple of times.
About
Remy says
Martinsville.
Monadnock. They've only been there 19 times.
From Martinsville.
Jeremy and Scott Tapley and Justin all say Riverhead. Riverhead is fourth.
Damn.
Third is Loudon. 76. Riverhead has 75. The interesting thing is Riverhead has 2 races this year, and New Hampshire has 1. So they'll be tied at the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. So Riverhead 35, Martinsville 39, the Speedbowl 22, Monadnock 19, Riverside Park 16. Over from our friends at racingreference.com
Okay.
for a little stat nerd stuff. All right, let's continue on. Diego is ready to roll.
Oh, are we?
There's never been a man more excited to host a segment than our good buddy Jimmy James Monahan. Here we go.
righty.
Hi, buddy.
It's my time. Viewer mail. I want to thank Ed Marcel Firewood and Land Clearing for participating and sponsoring this episode. So thank you. This segment. All right.
He calls it an episode.
This is an episode because when I'm talking,
Okay, settle down, Beavis.
just let me do. This is my part.
Go
Can I
ahead.
do my part?
Go ahead.
Okay, you guys ready for this one? Chris, this might be a good one for you.
Love it.
Okay. All right, here we go, folks. With the racing changing to a money sport over a hard-working sport, I don't know if that's true. Do you think that chassis guys or companies deserve more credit for the success than the drivers? For example, success back in the day was from hard work and thinking outside the box on their own cars. Now, hardly ever does anyone do their own research. It's just bought. Yes, you still need to be able to drive, but I think it's much easier just to buy the research and be successful. What do you guys think about this? Live wire?
Well, I mean, I guess we were one of the guys who used to do a lot of our own research, and we're with Bob Phil now. But Bob has like 10 plus cars down there.
Listen, if you don't have a Bob Phil car,
You're not running.
in the limiteds or late models, it's like having
Yeah, it's a hot setup right now.
And everybody's got new ones.
Right.
What's the
But
difference maker?
Bob's pretty adamant about your checklist. Like you still have to work on your car. You still have to know what's going on. We still scale every week. We're still going through the car. Does Bob kind of make the decisions on major changes? Yeah, for sure. But I mean, all these guys have Bob cars, but you see the same guys up front week in and week out. So
Right,
that's not an accident.
right.
It's hard work in the shop.
When it comes to like giving credit, though, like, if there was the ingenuity of somebody on your crew or, whatever, say you and your brother built the car, right? You'd thank your brother when you were in Victory Lane, and now instead you thanking Bob Phil. What's giving more credit, right? You just
Right.
Is it you're just thanking, instead of you're thanking somebody on your crew, you're thanking Bob Phil or whoever the chassis builder is? Like what's
You know
actually giving them more credit than what you're doing?
You know what I
mean?
think? If I was a chassis builder, and listen, I work with Bob Phil too on our ACT car, but we do a lot of our own stuff. And if I'm jammed up, I call Bob. Hey, Bob, what do you think about this? And everybody has that person they bounce ideas off of, right? I'm going to tell you this. There is nothing more gratifying to me as an adult and as a racing guy, even though I hung up my helmet for the most part, is just to see my car competitive. That's enough appreciation for me. I don't need anything else. It makes me feel so good inside that we've done something right. We've done our own work. I don't need a pat on the back, if that makes sense. I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah.
But as a racer, an ex-racer, that's all the thanks that I really need. And I don't need it for somebody to say, hey, Diego, thanks for doing what you do. I do appreciate that.
Right.
But that's not what I'm in it for. I just love to see fast race cars and fast race cars that I touch.
Well, here's another thing too. I mean, at least when you get to to the late model division, when you get to the SK modifieds, how much money do you want to spend on engine refresh? How much money do you want to spend on tires and shocks and brakes and all this stuff in the time that it takes to figure out? Because I can tell you right now, I wouldn't be running like I'm running without Bob.
Yeah.
I would have ran for 3, 4, 5 years before I became this competitive.
Right.
How much money does that cost?
Ooh, a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot more than calling Bob and saying, hey, you're the man and I need you.
That's a great point.
It's way
It really
cheaper.
is, because I tell
Yeah.
people this all the time. Chris is running good, right? He's a top competitor up at Stafford every week. Sponsorship's not really an issue for him. I mean, it always is, but there's a lot of people on board with what he's got going on, and he's running good. It's fun to be on a fast car.
Yeah.
People want to put their name on a fast car.
Yes, they
Right.
do.
Because they're going to hear
So-
their name. Right.
So, but let's just say Chris goes through a year of struggling. Man, a clip. Boom, this is happening. This is happening. All of a sudden, he can't scrape 2 nickels together, and him and his pops are putting everything together. It's so expensive to run like crap. because you're buying shocks, you're buying these springs, you're buying this,
2 tires a week.
and nothing's working.
Yeah.
It's, I always said that when we were running up front in the modified days, people were showing up at Critical writing me checks. I didn't even have to ask them.
Yeah.
It was great. When I'm putting a clip on my car every week, it's like crickets. Can you hit the button, please?
Yeah.
That's what it's like. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's tough, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
See you later.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that, we got off on a little bit, though. It was a good question, and it's happening a lot. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, Diego. Before you continue,
Okay.
what we'd like to do is have everybody make sure that they know to send their questions.
Thank you, Sid.
To the Sid's View Podcast at gmail.com.
Please.
And get those in. We've had a great response. Diego picks a couple every time.
Yeah.
Continue on, my friend.
Everybody sits on their phone. It's such a problem today. Send us an email. Everybody goes to the races. The hell?
That's right.
All right. You guys ready for question number 2? You know who used to do this back in 2 and 2?
Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery, baby. All right.
Rest in peace.
Okay, here we go. As a racer and father, what made you more nervous? Your first time racing or your kid's first time? I was almost over the edge with my son. I was nervous my first time racing, but I was a wreck the first time my son went out in karts. I calmed down the more I raced, but not so much with my son. I would love to know your experience. Now, it's tough for you guys to answer that.
Is you and Chris, yeah.
But Chris, this is great for Chris and probably myself, but I'm interested.
Yeah, when I started racing, I was 16. I didn't have my driver's license yet, and the rules were a little different then. Like, I didn't race before that. So, I was scared, but, I was mindless. When my kid's out there, man, I'm a wreck. And not just my kid either. Even before that, when my brother's on the track, I don't know if you get that feeling. Maybe not now, but like,
oh yeah,
I get that feeling, man. Like I got the gut watching my brother race, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to, I'm like freaking out.
Well, he's reckless too, though.
He's a show.
Yes, and he's a 78.
Yeah, that's a good number. Yes. But I'm a wreck with my kids out there.
Yeah, for sure.
When he's struggling a little bit, I'm mad.
Yeah.
And like he won the last race of the year last year for his class at the karts, and I was like, I ripped my hair out. And he wouldn't make a mistake or something wouldn't happen to the cart that was my fault, and and he won it, and I was, man.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the best.
That's great. I'll never forget. I used to be scared as hell. Maybe I still am when I race. I don't know. I still get the pre-race jitters. Honestly, I still get nerved up. I don't know if that happens to you, man, but
every week.
I could tell you this. This is a great little story. We started, me and my brother. I remember Sean built an enduro car. My mom didn't sign the papers. He's running it in the woods and shit. I'm like, what are you doing with that? He's like, I'm going to race this one. And he did. It was a little Valiant or something. But anyways, we moved up to the mini stocks. My brother was my crew chief. I'm scared as hell. I'm starting on the pole. Oh, my God, boy. There's a lot of mini stocks. We got Guyette, Darnstead, all these guys. Get out on the track, warming up my tires. I'm scared as shit. You know what I mean? I look up in the mirror. My mirror is gone. Sean took the mirror out.
Oh,
good brother.
Good. Dude, I think I finished in the top 5 that night. I was so scared. I didn't know who was behind me, dude. I was hammering down like I was getting chased by the cops.
That's great.
Yeah, man. But anyways, it's a great question, and I do get scared. I do get scared when we go to Thompson, especially for Emma, because people die there and get hurt. And, at the end of the day, we all have to go home and love each other and enjoy the racing. So I get very scared when my daughter races, and my heart hurts for her when she doesn't run good.
Yeah.
So my heart hurts in that aspect, and when she gets out and smiles, and I love it.
Yeah.
So good questions. Thanks. Send your emails. Thanks, Ed Marcel, Firewood and Land Caring. And please send another email, a couple emails, you people. Thank you so little.
All right. So listen, let's have another round of our Myers Creamery Championship picks, shall we?
Oh, boy.
All right. So listen, we're going to do the Seekonk Speedway.
All right.
Who would like to go first? Reminator?
Yeah.
I could go.
All right, then.
All right.
Thank you,
What the
Anita.
hell was that?
Yeah, what are you doing over there?
I'm getting ready.
She's clearing her throat. These are important things right here.
All right. Pro stocks. Bobby Polland the third.
Pellin.
Late models, Jacob Burns. Sport trucks, Tim Bolger. And then sportsman, Colby Lambert.
So, Diego, as we file another one in how the youngsters don't listen, we've already talked about
I know how Jacob Burns is going to pro stocks, but it also shows that he's in late model.
So
So
you think he's doing double duties every
Maybe.
weekend?
he's doing double duties, pro stocks and legend cars, I believe. But listen,
Right.
that's a good round of picks. Good
good
for
job,
you.
Remy.
Yeah, good for you. All right. Jack,
Yo.
you're bound to screw one of these up. Go ahead. You go next.
Listen, I get I'm new, but goddamn, cut me some freaking slack. Jeez. Okay, pro stock, Jacob Burns.
Yeah.
Late model, Luke LeBrun. Sportsman, Adam Petty. And then sport truck, Rick Martin.
Okay. Going with a lot of back-to-back championships there. I got it. At least he was paying attention with Jacob Burns.
See? I know what I'm doing.
All right.
Not really. but
Go,
not
Jack.
Not
Go,
really.
Jack.
But
Rob, go ahead.
All right, in the pro stocks, I got Vinny Renegado.
Mm-hmm.
I always kind of butcher that one a little bit.
Yeah,
That was pretty good, right?
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, late model, I'm going Charlie Rose.
Nice.
Theme of seconds here, although I'm going to throw a little curveball here. This is my little counterplay. I'm saying for the sportsman, we're going Scott Saradinsky Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And for the sport truck, saying Radical Rick pulls another one.
back-to-back winner there, Rob, huh? Nice.
Diego,
You
you want me to go? You want
I
to
don't
go?
care, don't
I'm gonna
matter.
go last. I'll rattle mine off. I'll give you the floor for the last one. All right?
Okay.
I'm also going with Bobby Pelland.
Bobby Polland.
I'm going with Andrew Gomes in the late models. Gonna go with Amy Arsenal in the sport trucks.
That's not her name.
What do you mean?
It's Helger now, isn't it?
And she got married?
Yeah.
Oh, gee,
Let's
congratulations.
just go Amy.
Yep.
Yeah. Then we're going Doug Benoit in the trucks.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a lot of the same picks here
Mm-hmm.
with all you guys.
Interesting.
Pro stocks, I'm going V. Aaron Agato,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Not a bad pick.
Late models, somebody threw this name out there, like my friend Jack. Lukey LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't think anyone calls him Lukey, but go ahead.
Lukey. Dookie Lukey.
Easy.
No, I don't know about
Easy.
that.
Wow, it's gonna stick. Dude.
Yeah, I don't know. He might
Yeah,
not
I
like
know.
that.
I don't know Luke LeBron, but I'm picking him and I'm a fan.
Bring
so
it back.
Sorry. It's awful, isn't it, Chris?
Literally.
Why it's going to stick, literally. Dookie Lukey.
No, if he's a paid member, it's over for him. It's over.
Who says that? Okay. Okay. Sport trucks. You ready for this one, Sydney?
Go for it.
Amy Helger.
You suck, dude.
I picked her.
Come on.
Dude, I did.
Damn it.
Sportsman. Mr. Petty.
Chalk.
That's such chalk.
Chalk. I picked Amy Helger's and
How
chalk.
is Luke LeBron not chalk?
It's
Luke
about
LeBron's
winning, isn't
chalk?
it?
Yeah,
Dude.
that's chalk.
How is he not?
Serious chalk.
Adam Petty, is that
Dookie
chalk?
Lukey, as you call him?
Rob, dude.
Listen, it's catching on already. It's catching on.
Just like Fro caught on.
That one didn't take long either. He should
All
be
right.
scared.
Listen, next week is Stafford.
Oh, boy.
Stafford what?
Our picks for the
Damn.
Someone's going to get in trouble.
I'll have
much?
to ask
Yeah.
around.
for the last round of our
We
Myers Creamery.
we got Myers
Championship.
gift certificates going out.
All right, it's time for another glorious rendition of the Riley Generators Pop Culture Minute. Here we go. All right, Rem, over to you. No good? Okay. Remy struck out this week, so
You didn't like my choices. That's what
they
it
were
was.
terrible.
Dude,
Just
they didn't like
terrible.
my choice.
What?
The,
All right.
the chicken jockey meme. The Minecraft movie.
Oh my lord.
Okay, continue, Sid.
All right, so what I'm going to do is show you a picture of comedian Bill Burr. You familiar with Bill Burr at all?
Love Bill.
I don't.
Smashing
No,
Pumpkins.
he's right there.
F is for
Oh,
family. Great show.
So he was on podcast of Howie Mandel, and he kind of shocked him a little bit when he brought out the leader of the Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan, and apparently they have the same father.
Oh, boy. This is
And if you
good.
have a look-see at the two of them, you can kind of see it.
Kinda.
I can remember when I first saw
It's like
this,
a clone.
and I was like,
literally.
"Yeah, how have we never seen this before?"
Dye the beard a little grayer.
Right.
You
Yeah.
got him.
It's
Holy.
pretty crazy. Now, I got a couple questions. I mean, if you're this guy's father or these guys' father, and I know that we just did honor of George Foreman, who named all his kids George, but wouldn't you mix it up with the names? You're naming them both William? It's kind of strange, isn't it?
Great.
Yeah? I don't know. It's weird.
Definitely weird.
So, anyways, apparently Bill Burr was not happy about the situation, or that Howie Mandel tried to make it some sort of podcast content. And I heard reports that Mandel has tried to patch things up afterwards, and Bill Burr's like, go pound sand. dude."
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah, interesting. Two guys that I actually like. I really like Bill Burr. He's on my Mount Rushmore current stand-ups, and I was a big Smashing Pumpkins fan back in the day. They were
Right.
pretty badass. So, yeah, interesting stuff. All right. We are thrilled to have returning the popular segment. So, live chat, get ready, because
Oh,
we're going
yeah.
to need you. Now, our new sponsor this year is Skake It LLC
Skake it.
Property Management.
All
They're going to
right.
help us determine who won the week.
Who are you? Who are you?
All right, so what are you thinking over there? I know who my answer is. I think it's pretty simple. Me.
It's simple for you?
Yeah.
I know who won the week.
Who?
Lady Yukon Huskies.
Oh, well, all right. You going outside the racing realm?
Yeah, I mean, well, we're going to go racing. I mean, there's only NASCAR, right?
I was going to say Mikey Jr.
That was also
Oh,
my
okay.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a good run down south.
I mean, what were we gonna say? Ryan Newman.
I mean,
Yeah. Norm Root for going to Stafford. Mother Nature for being an asshole.
how about Brad LaFontaine?
Brad LaFontaine, sure. He's up
Right?
he's up for debate.
He's up for the debate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chris, what do you got? You got anything on this one?
Landon Huffman, Tri-County. Won the
Okay.
opener down there.
Did he?
Yeah, big Landon Huffman fan.
Wow.
The second he posted that YouTube video all those years ago about how he runs his team.
Yeah.
I've been following. I've been watching the Cars tour since. So I was
Yeah.
pretty pumped that he won that race.
That's
all right,
cool.
that's a good one.
Is
That's
that your
cool.
final answer?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. I was looking in the chat. I was like, these are good answers, and I was like, wait, I gotta write these down.
Who the hell is Max Verstappen? Who the hell is that?
Max Verstappen, he's an F1 driver.
That is so
the hell
funny.
is that?
Drives for Red Bull. He
Oh
didn't.
my God.
he
Daryl,
won.
what the hell?
Daryl, he won in Japan. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't
I,
say stupid stuff in the chat.
I'm an F1 fan, Daryl. Don't worry. I got you, buddy.
Daryl, who the? I mean, come on.
Remy, what do you got?
I'll go with
Max
Ryan
Verstappen.
Newman.
Oh,
Ryan Newman, huh?
Yeah.
That's weak.
Shut it.
I'll agree with Sid. I'll go Mikey, but then I'll also go Paulie Hartwig the third.
We only get one vote.
You only get
You
one.
only
You
get one vote, bro.
You only get one vote.
Yeah.
No participation.
Come
trophy.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mikey Jr.'s your
yeah,
vote?
yeah, Mikey Jr.
All right.
Sid, is Mikey Jr. your final vote?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll get you down for that.
Yeah.
Mikey Jr.
Who'd you say, Diego?
He forgot.
There's so many good ones to pick from.
Brad.
I'm gonna go out. Wait,
Go Huffy.
let me go Huffy.
Yeah, go Huffy. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Huffman for him.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Oh my.
I'm not. Take it easy. All right. I'm gonna go Brad LaFontaine.
All right.
It's a big deal.
All right. I think that's it in the studio. Rob, what's your vote?
I'm going Mikey Jr.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Not too much happening here in the chat. Should be an easy tally.
Yeah, I mean, we got a bunch of guys with one, and we pretty much have our clear winner.
Which
Should I read them off?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let me give you guys who got one first. We got a couple with two, actually. So here's people who have one.
Yeah,
Huffman with 1. Max Verstappen with 1.
Terrible.
Cletus McFarland with 1.
Okay.
Travis Pastrana with 1. These are very interesting votes. I don't understand the stories behind a lot
Well,
of
it's
these.
still technically the off season.
Pastrana, like, okay.
It'll happen.
We got two votes for Newman. And LaFontaine and Speedbowl have 2 votes. I put that as one, package deal.
Yeah, good job.
Okay. And your winner today, clear cut, Mikey Christopher Jr.
All right. Way to get us started there, Junior, with the old Who Won the Week. Turn some heads down south. Well played by you. Everybody, thanks for being a part of the show. We absolutely love having our Tuesday nights with you. Don't forget, follow us on social because we do all kinds of stupid stuff. Diego, give us some shout-outs.
Oh, my favorite part. I want to thank Belltown Motors for the weekly update, Waddell Communications for the Nostalgia Nugget, of course, Who's Retirees for the Popcorn Stat Chat, Midstate Site Development for Did You Know, Ed Marcel Firewood and Land Clearing for my segment, Viewer Mail. Of course, Myers Creamery for the championship predictions, hell yeah. Riley Generators for the Pop Culture Minute. Skake It LLC for Who Won the Week. F&M Electric Supply for the Chalkboard Chatter. And of course, Monaco Ford for the results ticker. I want to thank Seacon Grand Prix for firing up the hot seat and welcome Mr. Chris Livewire Meyer.
What's up?
Hell yeah. All right. Last but not
You're not
least.
supposed to welcome me. You're supposed to say thanks for coming.
Welcome. Thanks for coming. I'm getting a little confused here. Sorry, buddy. Anyways, Vault Productions for the Kick-Ass Studio. And last but not least, all you podcast members, thanks for tuning in every Tuesday. We appreciate the chatter. See you next week.
All right, everybody. Looking forward to next Tuesday. We'll have Alexander Pearl in studio. We'll see you then.